With your market news, it was a relatively exciting day on the markets, but it ended up flat in the end. But anyway, that was the business.
Right. The International Criminal Court says it has received a submission for a time extension from South African authorities to explain their side of the story in the Omar Al-Bashir debacle.
The ICC indicted Sudanese president, but was not handed over by the South African authorities when he attended an AU summit in Johannesburg. This has caused the Hague-based court to demand an explanation.
The International Criminal Court says it will review the submission, but not speculate on a decision about whether to grant South Africa a time extension until it's made.
The South African government indicated that there is still an ongoing process on the national level to determine the circumstances related to this visit of Mr. Al-Bashir, and based on that requested additional time from the ICC in order to complete first this national level and then provide the information to the court. This is what has been submitted by the government. Now, of course, it will be for the ICC judges to decide whether or not to grant this extension of time and until when.
The ICC insists the most important thing is getting the Sudanese President Omar Al-Bashir arrested and transferred to The Hague to face the 10 charges against him, including 3 of genocide. South African President Jacob Zuma has indicated he felt Omar Al-Bashir had diplomatic immunity for his visit because he was invited by the African Union.
The gravest damage really to South Africa in the issue of non-compliance is not only and not so much the violation of the ICC statute, but the fact that they did so in express violation of its own national judiciary orders.
If the ICC eventually finds South Africa has been non-compliant, it can refer the country to the UN Security Council, which could seriously weaken South Africa's political power at the UN. This complex situation between the International Criminal Court and South Africa is unlikely to be resolved for many, many months yet. And in the meantime, the relationship between the court and the African continent is only likely to suffer. Jack Parrick, SABC News, Brussels.